This is DMG, and in this video we're going to talk about undercoating ultra cheap wargaming terrain, as promised. So if you enjoy these videos, consider supporting me on my store, the dmg.info/store, where you can help financially support this content. If you like this video, like button. And of course, share it with your friends on all kinds of social media, or just directly via email, or shove the laptop in front of them. Okay, you're going to grab the cheapest black spray paint that you can possibly find. It doesn't matter about the quality, so long as it is acrylic spray paint. And we're just going to hit all the rocky bits and the edges of the pizza boxes. So it doesn't matter if it gets a little bit on the top where there's no rocks, that's fine, adds to the flavor. Any of the low-lying areas, bits of rock, whatever, anything that should be in shadow, you're going to hit it with this black, matte black spray paint. Of course, if you've got some kind of paint sprayer, or you've got a car sprayer or something, an airbrush that you can use, of course, go ahead, use that if you have it, but don't go out and buy anything super expensive. Use the cheapest you can possibly find. So again, it just hit all the rocks. You want to get all around the rocks from every single side, so that you're getting all the areas that would be in shadow and all the deep recesses and all that kind of stuff, the grooves and everything else that could possibly be in shadow. So obviously there's going to be some left over, and we're going to paint a little bit under those flaps, but you don't need to paint directly underneath the flaps if you don't want to. So now we're going to grab a matte mid-tone gray. So you're going to shake it up, all the spray paint cans, you want to shake them up and just do a test spray to make sure you're getting the right sort of flow. And you're just going to dust the tops of the rocks. You don't want to get into the shadows, you just want to sort of, from an angle from the top from each side, so you've got almost an omnidirectional light, just dust the top of all the rocks. Just the rocks. We don't need any of the other bits and pieces. Now I'm not doing it in the actual riverbed here, just on the rocks on the edge. Then a mid-tone brown, it's sort of a tanny color brown. If you can find one, doesn't matter if it's a darker brown. We are going to do more painting later on. And then we're going to hit all the areas that would be exposed ground or mud or anything like that. So here I'm just hitting all the slopes with the browns and around the rocks. It doesn't matter if it gets onto the rocks, that's fine. If you spray more heavily in certain areas, you will get a muddy look. And for extra muddy look, I'm actually doing this while the PVA is still wet. So on this piece and the next piece, this one, the PVA is still wet, so the paint pools on top of the PVA glue quite nicely, and that gives you that wet ground muddy look to it. Then we're going to go to a mid-tone green. It doesn't matter if it's again slightly darker. You don't want to go too light on the green though, and you don't want it to be a sort of a toxic sort of green. This is a sort of natural leaf color green, and you can hit all the areas that have not yet been covered. So what's great about this, a lot of people have mentioned that, oh, you can mix water and PVA and spray it on here to seal it. Problem with that is the moment water hits cardboard, you're in for all kinds of trouble. So this, using different colors with spray paint, actually helps to seal the sand and everything else onto the actual piece. So it's a great way to seal everything, as well as get all your base colors down. So these are just the base colors. We are obviously going to paint more on top of these to bring everything up, but this is just the undercoat that helps us set the base standard for the colors. And make sure that you pay a particular attention to the edges when you're applying this green, so the edges of the cardboard boxes and on those little flaps, because those are the things that are going to be blended into the other boards. So we want those to be as similar as possible. So you can see here, even when we're going over with this paint, you've still got that pooled effect, sort of marshy, wet grass look. Anyone who's seen sports fields early in the morning, that's what it's going to look like. So there they are at this point, busy drying, and we will move along. So that's undercoating. In the next video, we're going to chat a little bit about how to accent this with more paint and go even further on with little bits and pieces of accoutrement as we progress in these videos. Anyway, don't forget to search for those secret passage videos, and of course there is the subscriber competition video. Might be up the side. Yeah, it's probably up the side. Until next time.